Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy AMJ here, and happy Halloween to those who are watching this video. Today you guys will be watching a great Doom 4 gameplay. We're playing Snap Map with me, my girlfriend, and my boy Lee. We were having an absolutely wonderful time, so can you guys do me a favor and drop a like? Drop a like for this amazing video, you guys. We got 10 likes last time, so let's go to 10 likes again. So for those who are actually on my channel all the time, and shout out to you if you are, I really do appreciate those people who actually came to my channel and watch my streams, watch my videos, like, and leave comments. I really do appreciate that stuff, like genuinely I do. So for those who actually watch my channel, you guys know I've been playing some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and to be honest with you, I never really liked Grand Theft Auto 5, and San Andreas is like my perfect little piece of cake. I love it. I love San Andreas. So with that being said, I've always wondered something. Do graphics actually matter? Like playing Doom right now, I still actually prefer Doom 3. I really do. Don't get me wrong, Doom 4 is an amazing game, but I prefer Doom 3. And it seems to be that with a lot of games, like over games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, I'd prefer Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament versus them. So do graphics actually matter? If you guys had the opportunity to play any game that you wanted to, or these new generation games, would you take the new generation games because they look better, or would you take the older games because they're more fun? It just seems like the older games were more fun anyways, right? It always feels that way to me, because when you look at games that we have now, they just don't seem to have that same effort, that same energy. Like you could just tell the games are deprived, like they're running out of ideas and they're just throwing things together. It just really feels that way. Like where are all the great adventure games? Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and God of War and Dante's Inferno. I could have swore by the way that Dante Inferno ended we were gonna have a part 2, but that obviously never came. So you know, there's so many games. They just had a really dope storytelling aspect, and it seemed like when games used to focus on the single player aspect more than the multiplayer, because back then online really wasn't where it's at, like PS2 days and stuff, it just felt like games were better. So I don't know if it's a me thing, I don't know if everyone else is seeing it too, but I personally prefer games to be more toward fun than graphic based. I really don't care about graphics. Graphics have never really been the thing that interested me. Whenever a game came out, like Call of Duty for example, right? Call of Duty was one of those games that you knew when the next one came out, the next installment of Call of Duty dropped, it was going to be more graphically enhanced than the last one, right? So we already knew graphics kind of come in the package of a new game. You're expecting enhanced graphics, duh, that's a given. How is the game playing though? I think that these new generations have shown us that no matter how well polished a game is, how nice you make it look, it does not make it a good game, because a lot of these games look phenomenal, but they don't play phenomenal. They're not at all what we were actually hoping for. Like honestly, Battlefield 1, let's pick on that for a little bit. I love Battlefield 1. I've been having a lot of fun with the game, I've been playing it a lot, but the one thing about it that I can't stand is the fact that there's not enough guns. The maps seem very repetitive. I get bored of the game almost instantly because I feel like I'm playing the same 4 maps. Is it just me? But it feels like there's only 4 maps in the game, so that gets really annoying. The game modes, they're redundant except for a couple. Like, well, there's pigeon mode or whatever, and then there's operations, but that just seems like a more complicated version of Conquest. It doesn't have a lot of diversity, so the game looks nice, but it's just like, okay, it's Battlefield, I guess. I never knew what it was. It's just like these newer games are just missing their zing. Even games from series that I actually really enjoy just don't have the same touch to them anymore. It just feels like, again, people are just running out of ideas. I feel like they don't know how to make a game more involved. Like, let's just take the Call of Duty franchise, and the reason why I'm going to be using a lot of Call of Duty and Battlefield comparisons is because that's what this channel was primarily built off of, so bear with me on that one, right? But when you look at Call of Duty, when Soap died in Modern Warfare 3, alright, we were all devastated. Why? Because we liked Soap. For a minute, we were Soap, right? We were Soap in COD 4, and I think we were actually Soap in Modern Warfare 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or you got to play with Soap or as Soap. No, that's right, you were Private Allen Roach. I'm sorry, I got stories mixed up. But the fact is, right, is that at the end of the day, we were actually drawn to Soap. Soap was something to us. Captain Price was somebody to us, right? But these new games don't have that same drawing force in it anymore. Like Black Ops 3, for number 1, I didn't even finish the campaign, but I wasn't even that into it. I don't even remember any characters that were that heroic. Black Ops 1, you had Reznov. Reznov was like that man. You were kind of felt like you were Mason. Like, you know, you kind of played the role of Mason in Black Ops 1. You felt like you were Mason. So it was like those games, older they were, they they had a more drawing force in them, that you actually felt connected to them. I don't know, it's just these new games cannot replicate that same thing. Even in the multiplayer aspect of a lot of modern games, like, they just don't feel fun. Like Battlefield 1, again, it just seems so redundant, but Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, and the farther back I go in DICE's games, it's just like they were so dope. But it's like as they progress, they lose their touch. And again, this might just be a me thing, but that's what the comment section is there for. If you disagree, please feel free and let me know that I'm tripping if you feel that way. Slow down there, Death Row, before you get your caps lock out and things of this nature. I just again want you to realize what we're up against. Again, games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I don't know why, but CJ felt more real to me than these new characters like Trevor and what's the other guy's name? I don't even remember. I don't remember them. That's just how weird it is. It's just I can't get the same drawing factor in games from today that I could back then, which just goes to show that graphics do not matter. They don't matter. They don't make a game a game. I always hated that was a selling point for games, like, oh, better graphics or enhanced visuals. Duh, it's new. I was expecting that. You know, like those are like one of those things like with editing, right? Editors. An editor does not tell you when he's describing the edit, oh, and it has motion blur. Duh. Like, now, am I saying that there are no games from this era of gaming that don't have that same force? No, I'm just saying I haven't encountered them yet. And I'm not saying that graphics don't matter to the point that make every game look like it came from the Atari or Sega Dreamcast. No, I'm not saying that either. Graphics obviously play a major key in making a game feel more alive. You know, it's supposed to give you that realistic feeling. I understand this, but all I'm saying is that they're not the only thing that matters. It's like in a relationship, looks don't matter. They matter, but they don't matter. You know, they're your drawing force, yes, but they're not your final decision. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I don't think that they matter. They've never just made that big of a difference to me, and it always just felt like the most memorable games of my whole gaming life always came from my childhood realm. And you might think that it's nostalgia, but I don't think that it's that, because I've been looking for a game. I've been like thoroughly looking for a game that is more story based than anything. And when I say story based, I'm not really the type to like games like RPG games. I don't like those, or like those, like, you know, take turn games and you know, things of that nature. If it comes to like adventure games, I'm more into games like God of War or Devil May Cry. When it comes to shooting games, I mean, just watch my channel, obvious. It's so hard for me to find a game, you know, that really just appeals to me, you know, and I understand that I'm a very picky kind of person. So I feel like that makes my thoughts on this a little bit more, you know, more valid than others, because the fact that I'm very picky. And so if I could find something that appeals to me, it's like Simon from American Idol. As hard as he is on every singer, you know, and then when he finds that the singer is good, you're like, what? Oh, she has to be great, you know, because he's so hard to please, and I'm the same way. So, you know, there's some games out there that have really astonished me, have really stuck with me. And as a matter of fact, a game from this generation of gaming, Wolfenstein, even though it released on the old gen consoles, I played it on the new gen console, so I do consider it to be a game from this generation. That game I've beaten 10-15 times, and that game had me drawn. The story was so good, but that's probably the only game on the PS4 I've played with storyline that was so dope to me. I have not found one. I played God of War 3 Remastered and was actually disappointed. I expected more from God of War, honestly. So it's just, I just don't think graphics matter. That's just where I'm at with this, because the fact that it just seems like games that are not more graphically based, or games from way back when, had more appeal to them than games do now. They mattered more. The people that made these games, they put more thought into them. They gave it more care, more love. But it's like it's missing the recipe nowadays. So what do you guys think? You know, that's what the comment section is down there below for. Do you guys believe that graphics matter? Are those the things that you look for in a game? Like, that's your deciding force in buying a game, is the graphics of a game? Or do you guys believe that the story and the way it plays and things of this nature matter more than just the graphics solely? Now, you cannot say both. Obviously, both matter, but I just want to know which one matters to you guys more. It's been your boy AMJ. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night, and I'm out. Peace.